Welcome back, you beauties. Time for an emotional journey through almost the history of rock in this country. And I say emotional because it centers on a very particular journey of this band. Second chapter is where they find themselves now, a brand new album from South African rockers, the Jackhammer Band. And it drops today, with the band also set to play a host of shows across Cape Town. And of course, here in your feel-good studio this morning. Now, founded by musical legend Piet Botha, the band is made up of Jonathan Martin and Jake Gunn on guitars and vocals, while Paul van der Waal and Tertius du Plessis are the engine room in the rhythm section. Let's give you a little taste of what these guys are going to be giving us this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Jackhammer Band! I wish we could have thousands of people in a stadium for you guys. This is it, and we love having you guys. Thank you so much for the early start. I know particularly painful for rockers. Paul, I'm going to start with you. A fantastic way to start the year, but I talk about an emotional journey, and that's where we have to start. I've got to offer our deepest condolences for the loss of Piet. How have you been able to reform, get to a point of, it feels like a very positive space of launching a new chapter? How have you been able to bring yourselves as a family, I would imagine, through this, what must be an unthinkable part of your journey?
Yeah, absolutely. Tertius, thanks, man. It has been an emotional journey. As you know, Hammer passed away in 2019. One of the last things he said during that year was to say, keep the band going. This is something that he really wanted. And we've been playing gigs, but we haven't written new music for a while. And then last year, we got a benefactor that approached us and said, you know, let's get something going. And the band really just got together and wrote a whole bunch of new tracks, all new tracks. And we released the new album today, as you know.
Jonathan, how does that feel, being back in that space? It must be different.
Look, I was one of the naysayers in the beginning. You know, I didn't think we could pull it off without Piet. But you know, then after a while, I came around and I realized, you know, we are a family, and we've been together for 25 years as a lineup, and we actually wrote some good songs, you know, which is.
Don't sound surprised. You've been doing it for like 30 years.
Which is the main thing, you know. So yeah, I'm very proud to be part of this project, you know. And it happened so suddenly, you know, so yeah, we are.
I feel like the music matters more now, and I probably discuss this with every artist that comes through our space. We've all been through a collective journey, but I don't think musicians realize how much you guys help us process all of our stuff. Creating this album, getting it to this point, the second chapter. What does the second chapter mean to you? What does that embody for the band?
Yeah, look, I mean, it's what you would expect. You know, the first chapter was really everything that happened in Jackhammer since the 90s. You know, when I joined the band, I think it was 95, somewhere around there. And this is really, it's a new beginning for us. It's a little bit of a different sound, but more kind of the old Jackhammer, the heavier Jackhammer sound. So there's some heavy, but there's some mellow stuff as well. We think is a fantastic album.
And we want the heavy stuff for the live, because we can be live. We have crowds again. Yeah. How exciting is it being back on tour, being back in the mother city, having live dates to play, having fans there, tangible to grab? How good is it to be back on stage?
No, it feels good, I tell you, and especially to have something, you know, new songs to play for the people. Yeah, that's for me, that's what it's all about. It's just, you know, Piet always used to say, publish or perish, you know. So, you know, you're going to just keep going, you know.
Yeah, I call it, don't be shy of the ugly photograph in my industry, but I get it completely. You've got to do it. Yeah. For fans who have been walking this journey with you guys, how have you got it right? 30 years. You are, I think, the longest running rock band in the country. That is quite a label to share. Yeah. What has been the key to that? Or is it just because you are who you are?
It pretty much is that. Because it's for individuals, for very different individuals that behave differently, like different things, and we work together. And I've been in, I've seen many bands where the clashes are what ends the band, not the music,
it's the
not the songs,
personalities.
not the songwriting. So with us, we've been a band of brothers for literally, like I said, since the 90s. So it's been a long journey, but really a good one.
Bringing 90s rock back. That's all you needed to say. The glory days, okay, for this guy. No, you are phenomenal. Thank you so much for being a part of this, or making us a part of this very brave new journey. We cannot wait to see how the second chapter is going to begin. They aren't going anywhere. 3 performances coming your way this morning. Don't move a muscle.